In this video, we're going to show how to use the proposal kit when generating the legal contracts. So on our website, this is the list of 340 plus contracts and related documents that are part of the Proposal Kit Professional. Now, if you get one of the 6 contract packages, there will be a subset of these depending on which package you get, but this is basically all the contracts that you would have access to through the Wizard software once you've downloaded it and installed it. So in this video, I'm going to illustrate how to create a contract through the Wizard software. Now, a lot of times people just want to grab one of those documents as a Word document out of the package. You don't need to use the Wizard in that case. Just open up whatever contract you want as a Word doc, edit it, and so on. Now, the Wizard is going to allow you to do a few extra things. They'll be more time-consuming, more difficult without the Wizard, such as a lot of contracts have multiple exhibits, that would be attachments to it. So the Wizard will automatically attach those all together into a single document. Some people would like to incorporate an entire contract into their proposal document. So the Wizard has options. I'll show that, how to create a proposal with a contract separately or combine the two together. And the Wizard will also apply some of the default styling of the proposal pack design theme that you get. I'm going to illustrate this with the plain design, so there won't be any extra colors and graphics and so on. So once you have the Wizard installed, the Proposal Kit Pro or Contract Pack installed, you just run it, add a new project, and we'll go into the Pick Documents button. Now this is where you check off all the pages that will be in your project. Most of these are for proposals, reports, business plans, and so on. So for the contracts, just look for this tab, Add a Contract. Now, depending on the package, now I've got everything installed here. You'll see whichever one of the 6 contract packs you purchased, or if you only have the ProKit actually combines everything in all 6 of these packs. So you'd see Contract Pack Pro if you only have the Proposal Kit Professional. And this third drop-down will have all the contracts in the package. Or if you want to narrow that down, just use this second box and you could say, oh, I want only the intellectual property contracts or only the computer system contracts and so on, only the hosting contracts. And that will just narrow down what's in this third box. So I can just scroll down and just decide which contract document we want. So I'm just going to pick the software co-development contract. And once we've highlighted something, we can click description, get a little description of what it is. I can click this button and open it up in Word to edit it. And when I do that, it's actually going to open up every related exhibit. So you could actually edit these. Now, if you edit these, you're editing the stock templates. So any edits you make here will be reflected in every document you create in the future. So only edit these here if you want to change the stock template that'll always be built into every project. So you can see here's what the contract looks like. It's just a regular Word document. You'll see tags in here. Anything with these arrow brackets, the Wizard is going to replace these with the data in your project. So cust company, start date. These are all tags that will get replaced, country, and so on, current day, current month. So this is how you can customize contracts and other your proposals, any documents you create out of the Wizard, is you can work in tags anywhere you want that'll be replaced with the data in your project to help customize every document that you create. It makes it a little easier than manually editing all that stuff. Now, if you see these brackets with long sentences, that's not a data tag, that is just instructional information. Only if you see a single tag with no spaces anywhere, that's a short phrase like start date, company name, company, and so on. First name, last name, address, city, state, postal code, that kind of stuff. All right. Okay, and you'll also see some check boxes here. Use proposal pack graphic header. So if I have a graphic design theme with a logo, color scheme, and so on, and I want that applied to the contract, I can check that. I'm using the plain design theme, so we're not going to have a graphic header included. Use proposal pack document processing. If you uncheck that, the wizard will pretty much just make a copy of the template. It won't really do anything to it for editing. Now this one here, create the contract in a separate document. So if this is checked, by default it is, when you create your project, if you've added a contract, the contract will be created as a separate document. If you uncheck this, the contract will be incorporated into the proposal document. All right, so by default, we create the contracts separately. And in this example, I'm not going to be creating a separate proposal as well, just the contract. All right, so we've added software code development contract. I'll just click add contract. All right, contract and terms, software co-development contract. All right. Now, you'll see two boxes here. If we're creating a proposal or business plan or something, those chapters will be over here on the left, and your contracts, all these documents that are created separately from the other document, will be over here on the right. Okay, so don't worry if this is empty. All right. So we have one document selected. We can fill in the company data and client data. So here, this is just default filled in with my information. The client data, I'll just fill this in with a dummy record. Now these are the values that will get merged into those tags. All right, so we just click the OK Save Project, and now the wizard's going to make a copy of that stock template. It will attach all the exhibits. It'll merge the data. If there was a graphic design theme, it's going to apply some logo and color information to the contract, and just sit back and wait for it to finish. Alrighty, it's finished creating the contract. Puts us in the editing screen. So I'll just open that, and this is our client version. Now you can see there are some minor changes here. So my design theme has blue and orange as its color scheme, not black and gray or in white. So you can see it just did apply a little colors. And it did put the contract and terms up here. So you can delete that header if you want. And you can see here it merged in company names, their dates, merged in all the tags. If I scroll down, it merged in this, and you can see it has attached all of our exhibits. So we have everything into a single document ready to finish editing. All right. Now I'll illustrate one more where we're actually using the Proposal Kit Pro, say, to create a proposal and a contract at the same time. And I'll illustrate it with a graphic design theme as well. I think I'll just do a networking design theme. We'll pick a networking contract and proposal. And I'll add a project. Now I'm just going to use one of our pre-made proposals here. Network cabling proposal. All right, so you can see we have a proposal selected here. I'm going to go add a contract for it. Go to add a contract. All right, so I've narrowed it down with the computer systems contracts. I'm going to go pick a computer hardware and networking contract to go with the networking cabling proposal. And I'm going to keep this as a separate document as well again. And we've got computer hardware networking contract along with our proposal. And this will also illustrate our line item quoting system. So you can see this example, the networking example. We've got a line item database system with services, hardware installation. You can see all the line items and prices. So this is just from the sample of the networking contract. But you'll be able to see how everything ties together. The line item database system, the samples, and the contracts, all creating a cohesive proposal and contract. And again, just use my stock company and client data we've got here. Alrighty, so everything's been generated. We have the proposal document, combined project document, an invoice, which was created separately, and our contract and terms, also created separately. Alright, so I can pop this open, take a look at it. This is the proposal document, not the contract. We just scroll down, we see this is the networking design theme, table of contents, and so on. And if we look at the contract and terms, now we've got the graphic for the networking design theme and the color scheme. You can see a slightly different color here that matches the networking for design theme. And if I just scroll down, you can see it's basically another contract just like the other one. It's got the exhibits all attached. It's got the data merged in. And now we have a contract and a proposal and an invoice all created at once. And you can see here the invoice is using the line item database. So this is how you can use Proposal Kit to create complex documents such as proposals, contracts, along with custom line item databases for all the quoting, all in one easy to use package. So that's basically how to use the Proposal Kit with the contracts in conjunction with proposals if you want, if you have the full Pro Kit. Now, another option with the Pro Kit is, say if you want to have multiple variations of your contracts, you can use the Pro Kit's features to make copies of the contracts so you have multiple variations to select from. And you can also use the wizard to add your own contracts into the wizard's database. So you can use the wizard to manage all of your documents, including ours and yours together. And there'll be other videos illustrating how to set up your own custom contracts or making variations of documents.